If you are watching this video, it means you are either a content creator wanting to improve your content, or you're interested in being a content creator. And if you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa. I have been a content creator for 5 years now. I actually started as a business owner. I do still have my store. We're revamping it a little bit, so we can talk about that more later. Today, we are going to talk about tools that I personally have used and suggest for content creation. I'll also tell you some tools that I actually didn't like and tools that I recommend over others. Before we dive in, do not misinterpret this video. This video does not mean these are tools that you absolutely need in order to be a content creator. It is super easy to get caught up in, oh my god, I need all the fancy equipment. What the heck is Alyssa using? I want everything Alyssa's using. I want everything that Pokimane is using if I'm streaming. You don't need the fancy equipment to start making content. But it is nice and it could help you, it could assist, but it's not going to drastically improve your content and get you like a ton of followers, okay? So let's throw that out there first. All you need really for content creation is a phone. You need your phone and like a few basic editing tools like CapCut. CapCut is what I use to edit all of my short form content for Instagram and TikTok. And I do also have like a $40 tripod stand. It's from Moft. It's amazing. So you can open it up like this, plop it literally anywhere, and it just like, it's stuck there. It is stuck on there. It's so good. Not necessary, mind you, but it is really handy. Before I get into all the details, have you heard of swappa.com? I'm not sponsored, I just swear by it. So swappa.com is a vetted website where people go to buy and sell used and new technology. And because of Swappa, I actually got like $200 off of this Sony ZV-E10 camera that I just purchased. So you're watching this vlog on YouTube, right? So let's start with my favorite tech and tools to use for YouTube. The Sony ZV-1 is what I used first whenever I was recording content, and I highly recommend it. It was really intuitive, easy to use, compact. I believe it's going for roughly $500 right now online, but if you get it on swappa.com, by the way, you might be able to get it way cheaper than that. Again, I'm currently using the Sony ZV-E10. The quality is significantly better, and that's saying a lot because the Sony ZV-1 honestly already has really great quality. Oh my god, the battery life lasts so much longer, and that's huge because with the Sony ZV-1, if you're feeling like you're doing something wrong because you're constantly having to pop in a new battery, you're not alone. I still stand by it. I love the Sony ZV-1, but yes, I used a ton of batteries. So I use my webcam for both streaming on Twitch and creating specific types of content creation tutorials for YouTube, so I'm gonna throw it in this section right now. I use the Logitech C920 Pro HD webcam. Here's an example of what it looks like in action.
If my exes could see me now, we have a rogue pepperoni. If you're having a potty break right now, now's the time to shit or get off the pot.
So yeah, the quality's great. It's like 50 some dollars online right now. Logitech does have webcams that I'm low-key interested in and checking out that are a scale up that they've created more recently. Something to be mindful of whenever you're getting a webcam for any reason, okay? So when you get a cheap webcam that's not like a really well-known brand that people trust and recommend for webcams or cameras, the quality might look good. It's not that the quality is guaranteed to look bad, it's that it won't last as long. So something that I've run into that a lot of other people have run into as well that I've spoken with is they will get, for instance, like a $20, even a Logitech $20 webcam. They'll say that it looks really good, but it'll crap out on them in like a year or less. So I do recommend that you do research and get a webcam that's a little bit more high quality so then it'll last longer. And again, the Logitech C920, great place to start. Love that webcam. I think what's difficult about vlogging for YouTube, it's not necessarily that people have a lot of tech and gadgets that they need for YouTube. It's just that the editing process itself takes a really long time. CapCut, the application that I told you that I use to edit my short form content, actually recently in 2024 came out with a desktop editing version. I love it. I use it. A lot of people use DaVinci Resolve to edit their YouTube videos. I personally just use CapCut. I mean, because I already know how to use it. The free feature of CapCut is already actually really good. I do personally pay for CapCut Pro, which is $10 a month. More songs, more sounds, more fun things to edit with, more transitions, templates, things like that. Let's move on to more streaming related things. So if you stream on YouTube, if you stream on Twitch, now you might be curious about using a legitimate camera. For instance, this camera looks really good. What would happen if I streamed with my Sony ZV-E10? In my opinion, it's not super worth it and it's definitely not necessary. It's pretty difficult and it can really depend on your setup. So first off, you're gonna need a dummy battery. A dummy battery is what tells your camera to stay on because all you need it for is the lens. You're not really using it for much else in recording. You just need it to be active. The problem with streaming with real cameras is they overheat really easily. If you are like me and you stream for a really long time, or honestly even a decent amount of time, like 2 hours, which is a normal stream length, it's really easy for your cameras to overheat, especially if you're a new streamer or you're just wanting to level up even a little bit. Just get a nice webcam. Seriously, they're great. Next, capture cards. If you don't know what a capture card is, this is what allows you to, for instance, play your stream games on OBS Studios, which is the streaming software that I use and that you should be using. When I started streaming, I did make the mistake of getting cheaper capture cards. I didn't realize how important it was, and it does make a difference. Literally everybody was telling me, get the Elgato capture card. I was like, okay, well, I have to get other stuff too. I could save a little bit of money. What if I just got like this slightly cheaper capture card? Just get the Elgato capture card. I promise you, save the trouble, get the Elgato capture card, okay? So microphones. I am currently using the Shure microphone. It's a dynamic microphone that uses an XLR cable. So let's talk about what that means. So you're gonna be looking at either a USB microphone or an XLR microphone. I started off with a USB microphone, and there's nothing wrong with them. In fact, if you're starting off, I would recommend that you start off with a USB microphone as well. So the difference between a USB microphone and an XLR microphone is the USB microphone's super easy to use. It's exactly how it sounds. It's a USB, you plug it into your computer. The quality of the USB microphone is not as good as a microphone with an XLR cable. So while there's less setup with a USB microphone, XLR microphones are going to give you more sound options. You can have an audio mixer and kind of adjust your sound settings. It's how people get that warm, crisp audio on their stream. My Shure SM7B microphone is really ideal for people with my voice type and with how I stream. It's really good for podcasts. It really catches the high pitch in my tones. It doesn't allow me to blast out people's eardrums whenever I'm getting too loud, which is what some USB microphones would do. It does require an audio interface or a mixer to work, and I use the Go XLR audio mixer. For all my girlies with a really clean white setup, I feel your frustration. You've probably already gone online and you're like, let me find a really nice white microphone. I got the HyperX microphone that you're probably seeing a lot of people use, and in my personal experience, the HyperX microphone looked great. It did, crapped out on me in a year. Admittedly, I do stream a lot, but it couldn't handle, one, my voice and the amount of time that I was streaming. If you're starting out and you need a good microphone, I recommend the Cherry X microphone. It's a USB microphone. Also, the Blue Yeti is really good. I have almost been exclusively been using HyperX headsets, and my husband uses them as well. They are gaming headsets. Sound quality is really good, and mine has just lasted me a really long time. And it comes in white. So yay. Now I'm gonna catch you right now before you purchase this. You've probably seen a lot of people talking about the Logitech G735 headset. It's the really nice plush white cloud looking headset that has like a little bit of color on the inside with LEDs. I'm not saying that it's the worst headset you're ever going to buy. I am just saying I personally think it is way too overhyped. She looks really cute. She does. But if you're looking for really good sound quality, she does not have amazing sound quality. If you don't care, then by all means. However, I have also heard that a lot of people have had this headset crap out on them really quickly. There are other people who've had good luck and they say that they really like it and it's fine. Regardless, I do actually think that it's overhyped, but you might be fine with it. I'm just saying there are other higher quality headsets for cheaper. This is gonna be a whole thing. Let's talk about lighting, okay? I have had so many questions about lighting, and I get it, because you think it's gonna be easy and then you sit down in front of your camera and it's like, why does this look like shit? Let's talk about lighting for different platforms, different content creation types, and what I use. Because you are correct, lighting is super important. And I know I told you all you need is your phone in order to be a content creator, and that's true. It is, okay? You don't need to be super high quality. However, if you do want to save some money, I will tell you, good lighting makes all the difference. A lot of people will make the mistake of, okay, this looks like crap. Clearly, it is my really expensive technology, and I just need more technology or better technology. You might just need good lighting. So let me show you an example of my streams whenever I started and my streams now. And the difference is lighting. Although if we're being transparent, the difference is also a different environment. The first clip is going to be me at my apartment. The second is me at my house. However, my setup is exactly the same. I had one window in each of those rooms. They're both in the exact same spot. I promise you the difference is lighting, and I'll show you how. So there's two things to note here. One, I now have a light in basically every corner of my office. I try and utilize lighting as much as possible. I am currently recording this vlog on my LumeCube ring light, which I highly recommend, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, she's a bit expensive, but God, she is worth it. I am very pro saving up for expensive items if they are very worth it, and this is very worth it. First off, it's bigger than the average ring light. It has really, really nice color settings. And if I were to turn up the brightness all the way, it's like a sun. It looks like a sun and it fills the room. It's not like a concentrated light, it fills the entire room. It's amazing. She can get really tall. She's also cordless. I can just charge it and then bring it around with me wherever. This is what I use for all of my YouTube recording, and it's also the ring light that I use on the right side of me while I'm streaming. So I'm gonna show you my stream setup. Let me walk you through it. So you got light 1, light 2, light 3, key light 4 whenever I have it on for streaming, light 5, and light 6, the light that's on the back of my monitors. While I'm streaming, I will have my Lume Cube ring light, which is what I'm using right now, right here. So it's just about kind of observing. Do you see how there's like more light over here and then it's like different over here? It's a little bit darker. So I'll have my Lume Cube ring light right here facing on me, and then I'm sitting right here. So you have your key light, which is your front light. You have your side lighting. So mine is my window and my Lume Cube. And then you have backlighting. Backlighting is where all your colored lights are gonna come in. It's where it's like a little more fun, but it also brings more depth. I have had some people ask about the monitors I use and about my computer setup. All the computer parts that I use are again in my Amazon storefront, so you can go and check that out. For the monitor, I ideally wanted like a white monitor, and I found the curved Samsung monitor, and it works really well. Love it. There also seems to be some confusion about what a vertical monitor is. Generally speaking, overall, there's not really any such thing as a vertical monitor. Mostly what people are doing is getting a monitor and turning it vertically. And then you can adjust the settings so that your monitor translates vertically and just rotates literally everything vertically. My second monitor is a white MSI monitor. If you're able to, I do highly recommend having a second monitor. I have my Discord pulled up and I'm in like a little co-working session on my server right now. I have work, emails, notes pulled up on my main monitor. For streaming, this is really important too because OBS is the streaming software that I use. I will pull up OBS and have that ready to go on my vertical monitor, and then my main monitor is what I game on. It saves me a lot of time and it helps so that I don't have to constantly click around and like reopen different tabs, close out other tabs. 2 monitors have saved my life. Okay, so let's talk about applications, websites, things like that to use for branding, for content growth, for research. We've talked about OBS, which is the streaming software that I use. We've talked about CapCut on desktop, which is what I personally use in order to edit my YouTube videos. So if you're interested, whenever I started YouTube, I downloaded an application called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that you can add, and it really helps you optimize growth for YouTube. It gives you SEO tools, analytics. It's really helped me with my YouTube tags. It's helped me find related videos so that I can understand and compare. For streaming, for YouTube, for whatever, even for short form content sometimes, I use Giphy.com for all of the GIFs that I'm using. Like sometimes there's just like a fun little GIF that I'll throw in that kind of relates to what I'm talking about. I primarily get those from Giphy.com. As far as getting like stream elements, stream widgets, getting some fun elements for YouTube, getting like those really cool chat widgets that you've been seeing for Twitch, I pretty much get those from Etsy. Etsy has a lot of small business owners who sell a ton of emotes, a ton of widgets, all sorts of things for streaming services. And whenever you purchase it, they should come with like a little guide on how to upload them. Usually they attach to a website called Stream Elements. So whenever you download a widget, you need to upload that widget that you purchased to a website called Stream Elements. And if I'm not using Etsy, then I'm using Canva. I use Canva for very specific purposes. For instance, I'll use it for just like a simple little background for when I have my break screen. I'll use it for like a few little promotional things on my About Me page on Twitch. And if you wanted to, you can just make all of your own overlays on Canva. So that's an option. And they do have templates for you if you want to use those. So when I started content creation, I used what's called the $80 method. So the $80 method is a daily engagement strategy where you comment a specific amount of times on posts related to your niche, and then you build up a following from there and start networking organically. There is a website for this. You can go to the $80method.com, look at their payment plans, look at their free version. It's a really helpful tool to see who's in your niche around you and who you should really be interacting with and what kind of content they're making. Answer the Public. I love Answer the Public. Answer the Public is where you can find most common questions in your niche that people are asking. And you can type literally anything. Like if I were to put in cozy games, if I were to put in Twitch, and it'll be extremely organized and break it down really easily. It'll tell you exactly what questions people are currently asking online, which will really help you create content. Lastly, this is for my streamers, Solinome.com. Solinome gives you analytics into your favorite games that you're wanting to stream on Twitch, games that you maybe should stream on Twitch. It gives you your own personal insights as well. It gives you metrics on how well you've been doing depending on a certain period of of time. It tells you games that have flopped for you. It tells you games that you should be playing. You can look up other streamers and see how well they do, and if they're doing well based on the game they're playing, if they're doing well just based on how long they've been streaming, their engagement, whatever. You can look up a game like Lethal Company and see, are people still wanting to watch Lethal Company? How popular is Lethal Company? Solinome will tell you. But do not get overwhelmed. Do not feel like you need all of this stuff that I mentioned in order to be an amazing content creator. The most important tool in being an amazing content creator is just being yourself, and it's just practicing. That is the number one most important tool. I know that sounds cheesy, it sounds mushy. I'm being completely serious, okay? You do not need high quality tech in order to be an amazing content creator. If you have the money and you want to make your life a little easier in some areas because you're starting to take content creation more seriously or whatever your reasoning is, then I hope this video was helpful. And if it was, then please make sure to like and subscribe. Drop a comment if there is anything that I've missed, because I do want to help you out. And also, I don't want you to be alone, so do make sure that you are also following my Goose Pond Discord channel. We've got co-working channels, we've got like content creation hubs, we've got a buddy system for people who just need like a little more accountability or to help get started. We have a lot of entrepreneurs over here in this community and on the Discord especially, so do make sure that you are a part of the Discord. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for the support on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you later, okay? Happy content creation. Love you guys. Bye.